What's going on, y'all? Cree here from Team Interstellar with a little bit of a different type of content here. Today we're doing a market watch, specifically going over the fallout of YCS Vancouver. There are some things that I thought were interesting, things that I'm personally interested in, and I'm sure the team's interested, and I'm sure that you guys are interested in. So, we have the top 8 breakdown. We've got 3 Yummies, 3 Canine Vanquish Soul, 1 Draco Tail, and 1 Crystron Canine. So, today we're not going to be covering a lot of Vanquish Soul or Crystron cards. We're going to be mainly focusing on the Justice Hunters cards and some non-engine that I think is worth noting. Starting off with Canine Izuna. So, on release, these guys were pretty high up there, but right now you're looking at anywhere between 38 to 40 on the Ultras, 55 on the CRs, and at least 110 to 115 on the Starlights. These are disappearing, at least in the higher end quantities. You could probably get Ultras, lickety-split, whatever. Before we carry on with the rest of the review, though, check out our sponsors over at Mega Championship Wrestling, Evolve Workout Apparel, Inversive, and the Piledriver Podcast. Anyways, moving on. Dracotail Fiima. Alright, this is the one that threw me for a loop when I was looking it up for the video. Ultras have shot up to 20. This deck, like, the core of this deck on release was like sub 100, I think. And now it's absurd. It's absurd. Another day. We'll go over that another day. But the CRs are anywhere from 35 to 40, and the Starlights. When I was researching for the video, guys, there was only 10 listings left on the Starlights. They legitimately, like, the top listing was 90, and then the bottom is at 200. There are a few people there with full playsets on TCG Player if you guys want to go in on it to bling out your Dracotail deck. But otherwise, bro, just play the Ultras. That's what I would be doing. So, speaking of Ultras, we have Lucius. He's the Stratos of the deck. Gotta play 3 of them. 14 to 15s on the Ultras, 20 to 25 on the CRs. Starlights are 45 to 50s. Personally, again, I'd pick up the Ultras. I think this deck is really cool. I think it's neat that Jesse Cotton got top 8 with it. This is definitely something I would be looking at, especially because we're getting the light Draco Tail guy in Doom of Dimensions, which makes the engine way, way better. Like, it's infinitely, like, Shadal Draco Tail is going to be real. Let's be real. Alright, moving on. We have Malululu. Ultras are 15s, CRs are 80. That is a steep differential, but I think it's because there's no Starlight. Like, your max rarity here is the CRs, so that's probably why the disparity is what it is. Malulu is pretty good. Non-targeting negates. Again, like, if we're looking at this whole engine, you're looking at a base, 60 plus 45, that's 105. And then another 45, that's 150, just for your 3 big main deck Ultra names. So, if you see boxes of Justice Hunter on sale on TCG Player for the low, or even locally, if your local OTS is trying to just get rid of the cases, you get 4.5 Ultras per box. I mean, it's like, this set is kind of all bangers now. Speaking of, the winner of the YCS, congratulations, Triff, for winning with Cupsy Yummy. Sorry, not Cupsy Yummy. Just Yummy in general. So, Cupsy, like, all the main deck Ultras are like 10 to 15s. CRs for Cupsies are 25 to 30s. Starlights are 45. I know a lot of people I've seen on Yu-Gi-Oh! Black Market have been really, really pressed on getting this whole deck Starlight. So, like, if you're about that life, it's not the most expensive thing in the world. But if you're just, like, a budget player or a casual guy that just wants to go to some locals and regionals, just pick up the Ultras, guys. Like, you're looking at 45, 30s for a playset of Cupsies. Cookie, 10 on the Ultras, 20 on the CRs, 45 on the Starlights. And then same kind of deal with Ollipopo, 10 Ultra, 15 to 16 on the CRs. There's like just some minor back and forth in the listings. And then Starlights are pretty solidly at 38. So again, 45, 75, 105 for your base main deck Ultras. That's really not that bad for a competitive deck core if you already have all your staples. Which, wait for the tins on Perulia, guys. Wait for the tins. Don't be an idiot like me that gets them for a regional and then never plays this game again. So, Snatchies, it's $10 for the Ultras, so you're looking at like, what, 105, 135 for basically your entire Yummy core, and the rest of the deck is bulk. CRs are 20s, Starlights are 45 to 47. Like, this deck is really neat. I really want to get it, but like, it's out of my budget for this month and probably next month as I have other things I need to get done. But if you are a competitive player with a lot of events coming up, Yummy is a really, really strong, like, technically it's a budget core if you already have your staples, which is, like, a really nice thing about Yu-Gi-Oh! If you're just starting out, though, hit up GGYGO. He does a lot of card drives and stuff to get rid of, like, excess staples, things like that, so definitely, Yummy is worth picking up, considering Triff just won the YCS. Check out his content on that. So, some stuff I also wanted to cover is non-engine that is spiking up, or not even spiking up, just like things that I think are just kind of insane on the market. You have Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. The alt art QCRs are 15 to 20, which is wild. OG art QCRs are 20 to 25s, like dealer's choice. This thing is also readily available in Rarity Collection. Like, you don't need a QCR, but like if you're like having the whole Starlight Yummy deck, QCR Ghost Ogre might not be a bad call. We also have Ghost Bell and Haunted Mansion. This is both Ghost Bell and Ghost Ogre are seeing a lot of play at the YCS level. They're really strong non-engine in this format. Mainly, people are playing them both in 2s. Ghost Bells, the QCRs are 40 to 45s. The Starlights have shot up to 95 to 100. So, like, if you want them to match your Yummy core that you're getting Starlighted out, it's going to cost you a couple $100 to get your Ghost Bells. Otherwise, if you want the QCRs, 40 to 45 is not that bad, considering how nice it looks. Alright, we also have Songs of the Dominators. Now, this card is kind of dipping down. I think the peak of the hype for it was like 40s or something. But a lot of the Yummy lists are no longer playing Songs of the Dominators. They're just opting for the heavy hand trap builds, so therefore, it is dropping. Secrets are 26 to 28s. QCRs are anywhere from 130 to 150. Personally, I would just have a playset to have it because I think all the Dominus cards are just like really future-proof cards that will like always kind of find their place in the meta with certain decks. Otherwise, like, I wouldn't go in on the QCRs. Maybe you could wait for the Megatins, but on the off chance if you're picking up Yummy, I would just have a playset of Songs just in case you want to mess around with it, but obviously test before you invest. Next, we have Secretarian Dragon. This is a card that Jesse Cotton put over greatly in his Dracotail deck profile for YCS Vancouver. And the card that's been steadily climbing up. On release, this thing was like $2-3. It was a bulk Ultra, which I mistakenly put as a secret rare. But that Ultra is now like $10. Starlights are $60 to $70. You know, like, I wouldn't fault you on getting either version. Like, if you want to rock the Starlights to match your Dracotails, go for it. If you just need an Ultra Rare to just have it, $10. Sorry. It's going to cut into your budget. It's going to cut into my budget. But this is definitely a card that I would just have, because I think Super Poly is going to be making a big impact on the format here very soon. Next up for non-engine, we have King of the Swamps. Fusion Enforcers, super rares, are like anywhere from 10 to 15. Like, it's like $10 if you want a mod play, and I think they kind of peak out, at least on page 1, at like 15 for near mints, which isn't bad. You also have the Speed Duel Prismatic Secrets, which start as low as 11, which is weird that the supers are kind of higher to start at with the near mints, but whatever. Not a lot of people like that Speed Duel stamp, but the Prismatic Secrets from the Speed Duel set look awesome. I have one, looks great. They tap out at 15, and then the CRs on release, these things were like $13. I really wanted to go in on them, and now they've doubled up to 27s. Sometimes you just get punished. And then we have Fenrir. Ultras are 18, Secrets are 18 to 20s. Jesse Cotton again highlighted this in his list. I've been testing it a lot. Fenrir puts in work this format, guys. Like, I know a lot of people are on Pankratops, but like, in my opinion, Fenrir might be the way to go, just because banishing resources face down is insane. So, with that being said, y'all, this has been Cree with the Team Interstellar Market Watch. If you enjoyed this with our little 15 card picks, please like the video. Comment down below if you want to see more of this stuff. Like the video if you haven't already. Subscribe if you have not already. And as always, until next time, have a good time.